Hello and welcome to the tutorial video showing you how to put some of the stuff for SPEQTRE Volume 2 together. Here I've got all the test pieces that I printed off so far for the campaign, FDM and resin. So there's an FDM piece, there's a resin piece, and I'm going to show you how some of these pieces go together and work. Right, the first thing I'm going to show you how to put together is the neuron hyperpods. Okay, so first of all, you get your sleeping neuron, stick them in there and put the lid on. That just goes through that hole there. And then you put in your activating gear. It needs to go against that side because that's the low point that is going to go up against here. So, and you just slide that in, so it's in there, and then push that into place. And now you can work that. But if you want activation on all of them, you need this central piece. So this goes through here, and then you put that through wherever you wish. And this then fits into here, like that. Those pieces going on there like that, and that fits on there. Okay, so now if you print out a load of them, or one or two, doesn't matter, you can print out as many as you like. And you can put, oh, I forgot to put the open lock clips in. I've included a resin flexible clip as well for use on the resin one. So make sure they're all over and closed, and you can put this in and put it between a so the gear there, the activated gear is between, and then that, cover it over my hand, goes in there like that. Yeah, and then you can, I can do it without hiding it, and you can do that and that. That's done. And so the resin version is the same, but don't, make sure you use the resin parts, the STLs for the resin one, because they are different. The resin parts have different tolerances, so but the construction is exactly the same. So that goes in there, and then that pops in there, and you can do that. And then this bit goes, oh, I've forgotten the piece that goes here. Hold on a second. Bing, magically appears. Oops, I'm gonna kick the camera. So you can do exactly the same here with the resin ones. As you can see, these are hollowed out as well to make printing it easier. And that goes in there like that. And then again, you can put it up against there if you've got if you printed out a load of them. I'm going to show that. And then you can exactly the same. There's that one. So that's the resin and FDM hyperpods. Next thing to show you is the lockers. So these are the FDM ones, and they simply go in. Make sure you've got this lined up with its little slot at the bottom. You can easily tell because it's in an open position, and then just pop it down, click it into place. And you can do that with all of those. They're quite simple. And then they come out again reverse wise. And the resin ones are just the same. Make sure they go in like that. And then push them down. They're a little bit. These have been painted. Show you that they could be painted, and that doesn't affect them. And it's the same there. A little bit more force needed on the resin ones. Oh, I've not got that in the right position, that's why. So getting in the right position is important. There we go. And they're done. Ooh. The slave bunks, they just go together by, this is the resin one, just putting them on there. You can obviously stack them as high as you like, but they just fit in like that. And there you go, that's that. The slave cage, you can put a figure inside here. Hold on, there's a poor old colonist who's about to get captured. So you just put it in there, and this has some teeth there. It's teeth at the back. The smaller teeth fit inside there. So that goes like that. So you can put your figure in and just trap it. And you can hang it somewhere if you like. And the same goes for the resin one. That just goes in there. And then you've got your traps. Shelves go together just by putting them on those things like that. That's the shelves. So here I'm going to show you how to put together the slave feeding system. So slaves go in here and their heads are forced into there, and their gruel comes through there. These are resin prints, test prints, and these are FDM ones. So these just fit underneath there like that. And this hub here, and the food comes in, comes out of these pipes, and so the slaves feast, or are forced to feed on the junk is provided for them by this thing, the stomach. So this is a resin print, and this takes here's a resin flexi open lock clip, and here's a FDM flexi one, and there's just a normal one, and I've got a so put the resin one in with the resin, so you can see if you've got a resin thing, see those work, and that goes around and about, and you can go in those ones too. So if you want to build a thing that goes up there and feeds into there, you can do that with these pipes. So let's start connecting a few up. So then you can put these support things on, and they'll help you keep it in that wrong way. And there's a resin one. Clip those on there. I'm trying to mix these up, so I show you resin ones and non-resin ones. There, there's a resin one there. And that can go in there. I've got the connector. There we go. So good little stands. And I can go in there like that. Sorry, I'm not showing that very well. Get over there. Over there. There, like that. And of course you can go around corners and stuff. And because these all swivel, you can you know, change the angle of them any way you like, you know. Support in there, so you can put them on the thin part and then just move them onto the thicker part where it'll hold position, and there you go. You can do loads of things, and these can go over the top of the rooms or through the walls, and of course you can join ones together in a kind of hideously nefarious way. Make a whole system of these horrible things. Oh, these parts, the curves, they obviously can be mirror printed, so you can then go the other direction as well, which is something you'd probably want to do. And so on and so forth. And then you can branch off at angles. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I think that's about it, really. Good luck with everything, and thank you so much for backing the campaign. Thank you very much.